لا ينفع مال ولا بنون إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم. يعني all the mal, all the money, doesn't matter. Qarun had a lot of money. Doesn't matter the money, really doesn't. فخسفنا به وبداره الأرض. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about Qarun that he destroyed him and his head. Why? Because he was arrogant. So really money doesn't matter. If you don't have a good heart, if you have an arrogant heart, if you have a sick heart, if you have a dead heart, all the money doesn't work. Doesn't work. SubhanAllah. So إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم. So the kinds of heart that we have is we have, as we said, we have a dead heart, القلب الميت, and then we have a sick heart, القلب المريض, and we have القلب السليم, which we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, inshallah, if one of us has a dua that is acceptable, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes all of our hearts, inshallah, from this kind, which is al-qalb al-salim, inshallah. So al-qalb al-salim is the one that believes. He believes in the news of Allah, and he obeys the orders of Allah. Ya ayyatuha an-nafsu al-mutma'inna. He is mutma'in bi awamirillah. He doesn't argue. He doesn't say, oh, why do I have to go this way? Like, for example, nowadays, I hear a lot of cases about, sometimes, issues with family. They call me, you have a daughter that ran outside of her home, right? Okay, why is that happening? SubhanAllah. Why? Because they have a system here that protects. SubhanAllah. And if it was the Islamic system, doesn't allow and doesn't really tell the daughter to go and call 911 on her dad or on her mom. It's like it's part of disciplining the child. Obviously, there should be no abuse, but you need to discipline your children. Or if there is an issue with family relations between the husband and the wife, you have people who don't have assets, right? And now they go file a divorce, and now they have half of everything. I mean, subhanallah azza wa jal. In Islam, yes, there is nafaqah, if obviously there's a lot of rules on that, right? If there is like a child involved or whatever, there is nafaqah. But nevertheless, the protection of wrong is not right? In Islam, for example, the divorce, for example, I tell the people there's two kinds. There's al-khulu' in Islam, where a woman, if she doesn't want to be with her husband, she can go and she, as happened at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where a woman didn't like to be with her husband. She has a right. She has every right for that. And he told her, "Ruddi alayhi hadiqatuhu." Give him back his garden that he gave you, and then you go. Now it's like different because it's not sharia, right? So they go into and they say, okay, well, how much you owe, how much you owe, and it doesn't matter. They split everything. Right? So the other kind of divorce, since we were talking about that subject a little bit, is basically talaq, which means the husband can divorce and end up with whatever her rights are and all of that. So what the point is that we need to have our heart comfort, so we don't seek the help of lawyers outside of our Islamic arena, because that costs a lot of money too, and it doesn't give comfort. It gives stress, right? But you need two people to do that, because if one person says, no, I don't want to do the Islamic way, and the other person says, I want to do the Islamic way, it's not going to work. You need consensus, right? You need consensus that, yes, and that's why Qalb al-Salim, he has consensus. He says, yes, I abide by the orders of Allah, and I believe in the news of Allah. And even marriage, if you have someone marrying a woman because she is not on her way of life, and he marries someone that, she marries someone that's on, different, the marriage will not work. You have to have the same faith, the same ideas, the same concepts, so for things to work out, right? Al-Qalb al-Salim. So inshallah, Al-Qalb al-Salim is one who, very simple, very short, is one who obeys the orders of Allah and believes in the news of Allah. Which means that if Allah tells you about something in the future, you believe in it, even though you didn't see it now. Why? Because Allah told us in Surah Al-Baqarah, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. They believe in the unseen. They believe in the unseen. Those are the qalb salim. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ. بعدين إيش اللي بيكونوا لحالهم when they are on their own. الَّذِينَ يَخْشَوْنَ رَبَّهُم بِالْغَيْبِ إن الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب لهم مغفرة وأجر كريم. هذول اللي they fear Allah when they're on their own, right? So that's القلب السليم. يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية. And then you have on the other heart, والعياذ بالله, the qalb who is, the heart that is sick. And that heart that is sick, those are المنافقين. والعياذ بالله. Why? Because they come and they say, we like the mu'min. In front of them, they like them. But then, behind them, they hate them to death, as they say. وَإِذَا لَقُوا, because where do we get our knowledge from? From Quran, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذَا لَقُوا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا قَالُوا آمَنَّا وَإِذَا خَلَوْا إِلَى شَيَاطِينِهِمْ قَالُوا إِنَّا مَعَكُمْ إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُسْتَهْزِئُونَ اللَّهُ يَسْتَهْزِئُ بِهِمْ. Allah makes fun of them because they say, oh, we were making fun of them. We were saying that we believe in them. We believe, just because we are with them, right? يقولون, and there's a whole surah, there's a whole chapter about المنافقون. There's a whole surah called Surah Al-Munafiqun, right? And we just give like one ayah of that surah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يقولون, the munafiqeen, they say, يقولون لئن رجعنا إلى المدينة ليخرجن منها الأعز الأذل. And then Allah responds to them that says, what? No, Al-Izzah is not for you. Even though you say that, you can say whatever. Like when you file a lawsuit here in the US, you can just put anything. But then at the end, you get a reality check. It doesn't mean that you put everything. That means it's gonna go through, right? But they advise you to put everything, so you get something, right? But nevertheless, Subhanallah Azza wa Jal, same thing. Those munafiqeen, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is telling us about them that وَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةِ. Al-Izzah, if you want real dignity, you stick with Allah. وَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةِ وَلِرَسُولِهِ, and to his Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ, and to the believers who believe in the news of Allah and obey the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, al-munafiqeen, the sick heart, that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the women that when you talk, don't talk in a way that will entice the man, right? فَيَخْضَعُ الَّذِي فِي قَلْبِهِ إيش؟ مرض. يعني يخضع, يعني he will fall for you if you talk in a way that is basically enticing or tempted, and temptation, desires. You try and seduce or do something that will impact the man, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, in a bad way. فالله سبحانه وتعالى وَلْيَخْضَعْنَ, he's ordering the women وَلْيَخْضَعْنَ فِي الْقَوْلِ. What does that mean? That means don't talk, talk in a normal way, just your normal way. حتى لا يطمع الذي في قلبه مرض. So the one who has a sick heart does not want to go the other way, the adultery way, the haram way, right? The zina way, right? So you talk in a normal way. Just put walls. Don't make open door. That's what it is really. Just put walls on someone who has a sick heart. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about the munafiqeen at the very beginning also. في قلوبهم مرض. في قلوبهم مرض. In their heart there is sickness. No matter what. خلاص, they are sick. والعياذ بالله. في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا. Allah increased their sickness. They don't want to come back. They don't want to come back. They want to stay there. So that's the sick heart. And then finally, the heart that is really troubling. And subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah prevent all of us from any of the other kinds except the kind that we mentioned first, which is al-qalb al-salim. Because the dead heart, not only they don't like Muslims, but they work against them. Why do you pray? You don't need to pray. His heart is dead. خلاص. Why do you need to pray? Why do you need to come to Jum'ah? You don't need to come to Jum'ah. And they will try and manipulate the shaitanic ideas in the brains of the mu'mins or the brains of others, so they don't actually follow through. They don't stick to Islam. They don't pray. They don't fast. And they try to ridicule. They try to ridicule Islam and the Muslims and make them look bad. So they achieve their purpose because they have a dead heart, because they have a dead heart. And that's why هذول أموات, يعني أموات. They are dead, even though they are alive, but they're dead. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about them that they could be like alive, seeing and hearing and breathing and all that, but they're actually dead. Subhanallah. أفمن كان ميتا أفمن كان ميتا كمن أحييناه. يعني الميت هو مش ميت يعني إنه ميت في القبر. هو is not like dead in the grave. He's dead but he's alive. الذين يعني ويحسبون أنهم يحسنون إيش؟ في سورة الكهف الله سبحانه وتعالى said ويحسبون أنهم يحسنون. قل هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا. الأخسرين أعمالا, the worst of the worst. Their doings are bad. قل هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا الذين ضل سعيهم وين؟ في الحياة الدنيا. In this life they're working left and right and high, بس إيش؟ Their سعي is not right. Is not. يعني كل ميسر لما خلق له. أم للإنسان ما تمنى. سبحان الله عز وجل. السعي تسعى أنت. You work on what you have been created to do in this life, right? You work, and then you die on it. If all your life you have been praying, you have been doing the good things, you have been subhanallah, Allah will inshallah reward you, that He will not inshallah make you go the other way. You know what I mean? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that you have been coming to the prayer, you have been loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have been doing the good. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will end your life حسن الخاتمة inshallah. حسن الخاتمة بإذن الله. When it ends, when life ends, and it will end for all of us, right? But how you spent your life. Someone who's like, he has a grocery store, but he has alcohol. And he says, it's okay. I just give zakat. Ya akhi, you give zakat on what? To me, that's very troubling. You give zakat on khamir. You have khamir and you say, I give zakat. I give to the poor. Yes, we commend the good heart of giving. But at the same time, when there is something haram, Allah will not accept the zakat of the haram. It is haram to begin with. Allah will not bless it. And then you're looking for ways. This sheikh told me I can sell khanzir, and I can just basically split the bill and say this is khanzir money. Then I give it away to the poor. Which sheikh that gave you that fatwa? Yeah, split the bill. Subhanallah. I mean, that's the thing, is people don't understand Islam nowadays, and that's why there's a lot of problems. We have a lot of problems in society, brothers, really seriously. We have very sick people, very serious problems. People don't want to go to bed. And that's why, Allah told us that only few people will want to stick to the Iman and Deen. وَقَلِيلٌ مِّنْ عِبَادِيَ الشَّكُورِ. Only few people. But the rest, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, they want to follow their own thing. So we have, inshallah, as we said, the three kinds of hearts. We have the dead heart that we mentioned, and we have the sick heart, and we have the, inshallah, qalb al-salim, the good heart, that we all, inshallah, want to be. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَوْمَ لَا يَنْفَعُ مَالٌ وَلَا بَنُونَ إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. On that day, when we are يوم تشقق الأرض عنهم سراعا. يوم تشقق الأرض, يعني الأرض, it will split, everybody will come out of the grave. يوم تشقق الأرض عنهم سراعا ذلك حشر علينا يسير. نحن أعلم بما يقولون. We know what they are saying. وما أنت عليهم بجبار فذكر بالقرآن من يخاف وعيد. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله ولا إله إلا الله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, after we knew that there are three different kinds of hearts, how do we have the cure? We need a cure for the heart. Rasul sallallahu most of his dua, first of all, his dua was what? Ya muqallib al-qulub, most of his dua. Ya muqallib al-qulub, thabbit qalbi ala dinak. Because, you know, we should say that whatever happens, as long as you are with me, Allah, I don't care. Whatever happens in this life, you're having marriage relationship, you have a children relationship issue, you have work relationship, it doesn't matter. Just say to Allah, Ya Allah, wallahi, I don't care about all the issues. The only thing that I care about is that you don't get away from me. It doesn't matter. We all have problems. We all have issues, right? But the only thing in your dua, as you're making prayer, say that, oh Allah, be with me at all times. You know, guide me. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Guide me, right? Guide me. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Why? Because without Allah, we are nothing. We are the real, anybody without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's the real loser. That's why don't ever cut your relationship with Allah. Don't ever cut the prayer. You know, the 5 daily prayers, that's like your relationship with Allah. Don't ever do it. Don't ever miss a prayer. Huh? Subhanallah. يعني, and therefore, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when يعني أهل الطائف اجتمعوا عليه, when, you know, as we know the story, when Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they were ridiculing Rasul. They were saying, oh, you are crazy. You are this, you are that. They were calling him names, right? They don't want him to promote the message of Islam, promote the message of believing in the news of Allah, promote the message of, you know, obeying the orders of Allah. And they were hitting him, and they were putting garbage on his way. And at the end he said, إِن لَمْ يَكُنْ بِكَ غَضَبٌ عَلَيَّ. You see? That's why I said that it doesn't matter what issues you're going through. Huh? As long as the same dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, oh ya Rasulullah, as you said, إِن لَمْ يَكُنْ بِكَ غَضَبٌ عَلَيْنَا يَا رَبِّ فَلَا نُبَالِي ولكن عافيتك هي أوسع لنا نعوذ بنور وجهك الذي أشرقت له الظلمات وصلح عليه أمر الدنيا والآخرة من أن يحل بنا غضبك أو أن ينزل علينا سخطك. هذا أهم شيء. إلى من تكلني. أهم شيء. Who are you leading me to? Allah. Yeah, you say to Allah, call him, tell him, who are you leading me to? I'm your slave. Who are you leading me to? Huh? Subhanallah. If you are honest with your dua and you say that, Allah will be inshallah with you. Inshallah Azza wa Jalla. So, how do you comfort your heart? Number 1 is remembrance of Allah. Don't ignore this point. Remembrance of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَتَطْمَئِنُّ قُلُوبُهُمْ بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. You want your heart to be comfortable? You need to remember Allah on a daily basis. Spend time. واذكر اسم ربك وتبتل إليه شو تبتيلا. شو معنى التبتيلا؟ تبتل إليه تبتيلا. يعني go in an isolated area, no one sees you, between you and Allah. Go into like a room, special room in your house, between you and Allah. اعتزل. Start remembering what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remember. What do you remember? Remember His Majesty, Subhanahu la ilaha illallah. Remember, He gave you, وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ. Remember what He gave you. These eyes, that there are some blind people in the hospitals, they're looking for eyes to see. Remember that He gave you the heart. You are, alhamdulillah, there are people who are waiting in the hospitals, waiting for heart transplants. Remember the kidney that Allah gave you. There are some people in the hospital who are waiting, and other countries, they're waiting for months to get a kidney of their that matches their system. Remember all of that. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you 5 fingers. Some people have 3, some people have 2. Some people have their hand cut off. May Allah help us all, inshallah, and protect us all. Subhanallah, remember the blessings of Allah. And that's why وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ إِيش لَا تُحْصُوهَا. If you count the bounties of Allah, you will not be able to count them. Thank Him for what He gave you, right? This will add comfort to your heart. الذكر الذين يذكرون الله قياما وإيش وقعودا. هو جالس. While you're sitting, you're remembering Allah. While you're standing, Allah said that. الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا. Not only that, but even if you're laying down, you're doing what? Also, you're remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار ربنا إنك من تدخل النار فقد أخزيته اللهم عافنا من نار جهنم يا رب. لذلك remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very يعني very critical. الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم said one time in the hadith يعني سبق المفردون. طيب people were like they were surprised. What do you mean, O Rasulullah, by المفردون? صلى الله عليه وسلم responded by saying الذين يذكرون الله كثيرا يعني اللي بيذكروا الله الذاكرين الله كثيرا والذاكرات هذول هم المفردون. هذول بينفردوا بانهم سبقوا يعني انهم ايش they preceded people in going to Jannah, right? سبحان الله عز وجل. وابراهيم عليه السلام when الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم did الاسراء والمعراج, right? في معراج الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم التقى مع ابراهيم مع the prophet Ibrahim. He met Ibrahim عليه السلام. And then Ibrahim told Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم بلغ أمتك مني السلام. First thing is tell your ummah, you and I and all the ummah of the Muslims, tell them that I sent salam to them. صلى الله على سيدنا إبراهيم. And we sent salam back to him. بلغ أمتك مني السلام وأبلغهم أن الجنة قيعان. يعني الجنة فيها قيعان. طب إيش هاي القيعان؟ القيعان is like a spacious land that is empty. You know, imagine if someone gives you like the city today calls you and say, hey, brother, or you know, Mr. Such and Such, you have an acre of land. And because you live in that area, the city decided to split him equally and you got your share. It's 1 acre. You'll be happy. You start thinking, what am I going to do? You know, what am I going to plant? What am I going to do this? Huh? But then الرسول إبراهيم عليه السلام say قيعان الجنة قيعان الجنة قيعان يعني it's an empty, there is an empty land in Jannah, empty land. How do you plant it? He said وأن غراسها سبحان الله والحمد لله والله أكبر ولا إله إلا الله. That's how you plant it. You say subhanallah, you have plantation in Jannah. You say alhamdulillah, you have a plant in Jannah. You say walhamdulillah, all the dhikr, all the remembrance that you do of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you get a plant in Jannah. So how many plants you want? It's really up to you. How many times you say subhanallah walhamdulillah wallahu akbar? How many times you do dhikr? It's up to you. You want 1 plant? Just say subhanallah today. You get 1 plant. If you want 1,000, do 1,000 subhanallah. And then you can subhanallah يعني والحمد لله والله أكبر ولا إله إلا الله يعني الذكر will comfort the heart. That's number 1 is dhikr will comfort the heart, right? And that is what we need to do with the dhikr, is always try and remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even hilaq al-ilm, you know, like there's halaqat, there's like events at your local masjid, like when there's a halaqa, or when there is like a gathering, and there is a speaker that talks about like certain things, Let's try as much as possible to attend those حلقة. ليش؟ ما اجتمع قوم في بيت من بيوت الله يذكرون كتاب الله ويتدارسونه بينهم إلا إيش؟ غشيتهم الرحمة. Mercy will come. And when you are there, you know, some people complain about stress. You know, the other day we had a kid actually, he came to the masjid, and then it was actually 2 days ago. And he was a single mom, didn't have, her husband didn't believe in the you know, things that, you know, when a lady wants to divorce, she gets all his money. He's in another country and she's in another country. Anyway, so but nevertheless, subhanallah azza wa jal, she's here with her son. Okay, because sometimes women, they have their own mind. Okay, and sometimes men also have their own mind. Subhanallah, right? So therefore, she said, I prefer that the woman and the husband stay together. You need 2. You cannot a single mom and a dad somewhere else, and you know, it's Allah created a man and a woman to be together. Okay, and the man should concentrate on his wife. He should not be looking elsewhere. If you want a successful marriage, you should love that woman by yourself as a man, and don't look elsewhere, because that will take away the desires for your woman, and she would not like that if you look elsewhere. You know, right? But if you really love her truly, Allah will, that's where the mawadda and the rahmah will come. right? That's where the mawadda, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. A lot of people, they go into their phone and they go into sites that are not allowed, to watch this and to watch this, and his woman is next to him in bed, right? Or, subhanallah, next to him in the kitchen or something. No, that's not love. True love is that you focus on what Allah gave you as a blessing, right? That's true love. And now, if she does something wrong, that's, subhanallah, that's her problem, right? But at least you have the intention to be with that woman only, right? And that woman should also cherish her man, right? And that's how you get mawadda, that's how you get love, that's how you get harmony. It's that you don't look elsewhere, right? You don't look elsewhere. That's why we encourage our children not to do, as they say here, the sexual activities and is okay, and premarital sex and all of that. No, we advise our children, stay until you get married. Why? Because that woman would be special. It would be special. You stay, and everything would be much more lovable between the two of you. And the same thing for her. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of our children, inshallah, in this society. Right? So, inshallah, as we reach our time, I only mentioned number one, inshallah, if Allah is willing for me to be here again with you. And you can also ask, inshallah, Azza wa Jal, that we continue this conversation about the comfort of the heart. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us, inshallah. Allahumma ighfir lana dhunubana wa israfana fi amrina wa tawaffana muslimin wa alhiqna bis salihin. Allahumma ya malik al-muluk wa ya wahidan ma lahu than wa ya jabbar as-samawati wal aradin. Allahumma nahnu mu'minuna bik wa mu'minuna biqada'ik. اللهم الطف بنا فيما جرت به المقادير. اللهم احسن ختامنا. اللهم فرج همومنا. اللهم من كان فينا ومنا في هم وغم، اللهم في هذا اليوم الفضيل وفي هذه الصلاة المباركة وفي هذه الساعة المباركة، اللهم فرج ما به من هم يا أرحم الراحمين وغم. اللهم اقض عنا الدين ولا تجعلنا من المغلوبين. اللهم نعوذ بك من غلبة الدين. اللهم نعوذ بك من قهر الرجال. اللهم يا واحدا ما له ثان، يا عزيز يا ملك يا جبار، إن كان من بيننا أحد دعاؤه مستجاب. اللهم يا أرحم الراحمين ويا جبار السماوات والأرضين أن تحسن ختامنا. اللهم أحسن ختامنا. اللهم أحسن ختامنا. اللهم أحسن ختامنا. ووفقنا لما تحب وترضى. ووفقنا لما تحب وترضى. وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد. وقوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمنا ويرحمكم الله.